So the main thing about Sandbox is that you're buying virtual land, right? I'll show you guys like a quick clip of like gameplay. This is someone else's video. I'm gonna kind of shout him out here. But you have like oh, is this gameplay? Maybe I should go back. Hold on.
You think you're amazing, Theo.
All right, so this is what the graphics look like in this game. All right, and you have like you can build whatever you want. There's all kinds of assets that people are making. So people are making the cars, the little junk pieces, the sword that he's holding, even like the clothing that he's wearing. People can make assets in this game. If you're an artist or something like that, you can make these things and sell them on a marketplace. All right. So you could become really well known for just being a clothing designer in this world. All right. Now beyond that, you see how he just got a coin, collected Sandbox coin animation, right? Like that's probably money. I'm pretty sure that's probably like sand, like the currency of the world. I'm not gonna front, like I haven't done a lot of research on how the gameplay works and everything. All I know and that I care about right now is that you can buy land and you can build stuff on it, all right? Because we have this GTA crypto community, and I want to own a piece of land so that I can like build out a community and actually like have some things that I can do and have people come to, right? And like a place people can congregate and meet. Like you see how we're talking right now, like on Signal. It would be much cooler if I could be like, guys, jump in the Sandbox and we can chat, right? Most likely, when the technology progresses, we're going to be able to do this on our phones very easily, because you know, I mean, the graphics power is there. It's just a matter of making the app now. So these kinds of things, like this, everywhere he's walking right now, everywhere this guy's walking is probably one dude's plot of land. And they designed like all of this stuff. Some of it's probably randomly generated, but you get the point. Like it's like a Minecraft pretty much, right? But you own like a little plot of it. So if I go back to the map just to show you who's involved here, in my opinion, this can grow a lot more because there's not that many big companies here. Atari is like the biggest name probably. Layer One, that's cool. I watch these guys on YouTube. You know, this is probably not actually the New York Mets, but it's probably just someone who put a picture. But I know that that's Atari for sure. You know Binance? You guys know Binance?
Yes.
Binance has a huge stake in this community. CoinCheck, that's probably a company. They're a video game, Ultra, that's a video game platform. So they're looking to compete with Steam. If you know what Steam is, like the video game platform that sells games. So there's the reason why I'm showing you guys this right now is because I'm seeing the next year, like crypto's going to be great, like all the currencies and stuff, but the real play is these very scarce pieces of land and the digital collectibles.
What stops the designer or the builder to expand and add more? What makes the space valuable when they can create any space? How does the land become significant if the designer can create space anywhere, like they can duplicate it?
So what that would be is that there's two things here. I think they have a roadmap. So you do already see what their plan is for the next like 5 years. So they have a long roadmap where they will be selling land. So people already know that there's more to come, right? So that's already part of the contract. We know for the next 4 years how much land is going to be sold, right? Now, what's going to drive how many parcels get sold is really how much demand there is. So if there's like a lot more people who want to get in, then yeah, they're going to have like more. But the thing is that the earliest ones are going to be the most valuable because we're the earliest people and the biggest establishments are already getting established. So the newer ones are going to be a little less valuable because like you can already see they're going on the outskirts. Like this is where the next one is. It's on like the edge. It's just like real estate, right? Like where do you want to live? It's not just, oh, I just want a piece of land. It's like, where do you want to be? Right?
Yeah.
And you're at the computer all day.
Every day, man. Listen, the only reason is because I have so many things that I'm making money from.
No, I know.
And so I'm just like keeping an eye on everything. Like not in the sense that like I'm nervous about anything. It's just like
that's the life.
It's just the life. Yeah, it's just like what it is. I need a better computer, man. This is like, I thought I had a nice one, but this is like slowing me up.
But let me ask you a question, Malik. It's gonna sound weird. I watch the markets and stuff, right? But like, see how you're at the computer all day watching the markets, right? I basically I do that sometimes, but like I don't really know how to watch the markets. Like what I don't know what exactly to watch. See how you're saying when XRP pops, and you could probably, if you're watching the markets, you could probably call it, right?
Yeah. I'll help you right now.
I don't know how to get that in depth to make that call.
So what you need to remember is there's this website called TradingView. You can even get it on your phone as an app. All right.
Yeah, I know TradingView.
All right. So TradingView has a lot of Bitcoin stuff. So you can look at XRP, BTC. All right. The way
out of the XRP. Let's look at something else.
No, XRP is a good one because you can see it's very predictable the way it's moved. Well, not very, but you could see it, and it's a big one. So XRP BTC, no worries. I'm not even getting at you. I know you don't like it, right? So in Bitcoin though, is if you look at it, I'm gonna show you two things. But yeah, so XRP and Bitcoin. So one thing that's good to know is that it's in a good trend right now in terms of Bitcoin. Like it's not the worst hold. Well, it's not the best hold, but it's not a bad trade. What I know here is what I'm seeing. Oh, this is too short of a time frame. Let's move out. So typically, what you want to look at things.
What time frame did you choose?
I changed to day.
What one do you mostly use?
Usually, I use like the weekly time frame. Right, just because it gives you a bigger sense of where things are, right? But let's stick with a day just so I can show you all the lines.
What's your email again? Before you're back.
So you have this trend line. You see this red line here?
Yeah.
That's what you call like a moving average, okay? So in my thing here, you can add indicator. And you'll just go like a MA, right? And that's moving average, okay? When you add an MA, you see there's two here. I don't know if you could see that, but there's two here. And let me double click on it. And inputs, you can change the amount of time. The MA is just like, what it's telling you is like the last 200 days, because I'm in the day time frame, it tells you what the average price is in the last 200 days.
200 days?
Yeah. So that's why it's higher right now, because the price was a lot higher in the past, but it's dropped a lot since. So it's below the 200-day moving average.
Right?
So quite specifically, like if I look at the number here, the price was about 2,000 Satoshis, right? So that's like 2,000 pieces of Bitcoin, right?
Yeah.
Right now, the price of XRP is about half that. It's like 900 pieces of Bitcoin. Makes sense?
Yes.
Because in the past, it was actually 4,000 pieces of Bitcoin back in November.
Didn't tell you that though, right?
Of last year, November. So it went up really high. So one thing that people use to say is this a good buy or not is if it's above or below the moving averages. But one thing you have to take into consideration is that because it's so far below the moving average, it's gonna take a while for it to get above that again. So that's how I can tell like it's not gonna be like tomorrow that it's gonna go up and go crazy.
But This form of reading charts is geared. So is Bitcoin basically geared more to like day trading, swing trading kind of thing?
Yeah, because when you're comparing XRP to Bitcoin, you're asking yourself, is it better to hold Bitcoin or is it better to hold XRP right now?
When I bought the XRP, I just bought it like my other investments just to buy and hold.
Yeah. So that when you're asking that question, it's just a matter of like, is this long term better, right? So you're not even looking at charts. Charts don't even matter, you know. So like what you were saying, like, hey, the banks got them and everything. Like, if you were right about that, then I'd be like, yeah, like just hold it, because in the next.
There's also a big conspiracy behind it. That's another reason why I bought it.
That 100%, man. Like all of this stuff could be possible. But the thing is that what's been happening recently is just kind of showing that it's probably not the case, right? Like, why would
it's not for the now either? It's for the long term.
Yeah, but like again, you're talking about opportunity costs. So while you're holding that XRP,
what do you mean by that? Okay.
While you're holding that XRP, you could have been buying other things. And then while you bought those other things, they could have gone up in 10x in price. So what was the point of holding XRP and waiting for the same return?
Understand that.
For the same type of return, right? If you can get the return sooner, then why not just buy that instead? So that's the reason, right? So all I'm trying to show you here is that right now, looking at this chart, this is terrible. Like, you don't want to see this right now in 2021. This doesn't match the rest of this doesn't match the rest of the charts. Like, if I look at like ADA,
the rest of the coins.
Yeah, like if I look at ADA in Bitcoin terms, look at it. It's completely different.
It's on a rise. Okay.
It's on a rise.
Right?
And that's in Bitcoin, right?
Yeah.
So like it's on a rise, and now you're talking about it breaking. Like when I showed you XRP, that the previous high was only from last year. Right?
And we're making new highs right now.
And we're making new highs right now, and we're getting closer to like previous highs from 2 years ago.
Okay.
Right? So now, what's the target now from the previous highest high? That's 2,000 pieces of Bitcoin, right? We're talking about it reaching 8,000 pieces of Bitcoin, right? They call it Satoshis.
And that's at the highest tip right there where it
that's the last peak from 2018.
See, but that's one thing I learned right there, that 9,000, 8,000 pieces of Bitcoin, I did not really know how to read those numbers on the side of the graphs.
Yeah, this is not US dollars, right? This is Bitcoin, so it's gonna look different. But it's not a big difference. It's not a big deal. All you need to know is just that there's a rise, like the trends, right? Like that's all that really matters. It's not really what the price is, it's just the trend. And then you can look at the numbers and be like, oh, that's gonna double, that's gonna triple. But listen to me, Far, like all the while you're doing this measurement, Bitcoin could be rising. If this is still outperforming Bitcoin, you're earning more than you would if you were holding Bitcoin. Right? Like the fact that this is rising here, that means that you're earning more than whatever Bitcoin did.
So how do you call the dip? How do you know when it's going to go down?
These lines. So these lines, this is when it's not like you can point out when it will go down. It's more, well, actually you can. Here, so two things. I'm gonna draw a line here, okay? And you're gonna see exactly how you can tell. Horizontal line. Sorry. All right, so I'm gonna draw a horizontal line right where this dropped down. You see where this came down?
Your screen's kind of there. Can I move?
Hold on. Let me zoom in. You see where this dropped down?
That's crazy.
For the big red bar?
Yeah, the big red bar, and then the second one. You see how the green came up? It tried to go past it, and it tried to go past, but it didn't, right?
Just let me get a visual of your screen again, please.
I thought you were. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, the corner tip of your screen is just right there. Okay, perfect.
You can see now. Okay, my bad. So you see how that red bar goes down, and it tried to come past it again, right?
But the bar didn't fully complete it.
It didn't complete.
What do they call that stick again? At the tip of the bar, the green bar?
A wick, like a candle. Like it's like a wick of a candle, right? Yeah. So it wicked down because there's a lot of resistance here. Okay, this is like if you're investing, you should at the bare minimum you should know about like resistance lines and support lines. Okay, resistance and support. So resistance and support can come from two things. It comes from previous price action, and it comes from the moving averages, which is also previous price action, but it's just like the most recent previous price action. Okay, so you see this line here.
Are one of those lines like the previous price action that you're hovering over?
Yeah, all three of these lines. You see, like if I zoom out a bit, you see the red line and the two blue lines.
Okay, yeah.
These are different time periods. So the red line is the longest one. That's 200 day.
Okay, so
yeah, the lighter blue one, you definitely should know this, right? So the lighter blue one is the 100 day moving average, all right? And then the one that's really close here is the 20 day moving average, all right? So the last 20 days is taking the average of the previous 20 days.
So what's happening in the last 20 days?
Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? So it's taking pretty much this price to this price and taking the average. So that's it's definitely above half because we had like a lot of action above. So that price is sitting around here, between here and here, right? So this becomes like a support line already.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
Right? Because you can see it kind of is bouncing off of this line as it's trending up. So what you can expect now, because it's on a trend down, right? The likelihood is that this line is going to trend up, and this price is going to trend down
support
until it hits the support. Exactly. So at some point, I'm going to draw a line here. So at some point, this is going to go trend up, and this price is going to trend down, and they're going to cross.
And then we're going to wait and see if it's what's going to happen at the support.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So right now it's kind of like, it's trending down because it's already tested these lines before.
Okay, you just
So
did it for me still.
So that's not even it. So so the question is, why did it drop down from here, right? That's the question, is why did it reach up here and why did it choose to not go further,
and why did people decide to sell?
I'm going to show you. Oops. So I'm going to show you. It's easy. Boom. Let's draw a line. Let's look at the past.
Go online again. Give me the money.
If I look at the past here, you can see that there's it overshot. So sometimes that happens where it explodes past. So let's actually draw two lines because there was more resistance somewhere else. So there's another line I can draw, right? Is this one, because originally it was trending up and then it dropped down from here.
Yeah, past that support.
And look where that second line lands. Back in April 2019, we had a nice run up, right?
Oh my gosh.
And it was the previous price action.
No, but I didn't. That is perfect. So you put your support line, that's even a comparison.
Exactly. So this was resistance because there's a lot of people that sold off at this point. And that's not even it, right? There's even more. So if you look here, this is previous support.
That's where the blue line is right now?
Yeah, this is 28. Sorry, let me zoom
in. That
was
a previous support line.
Yeah, exactly. In 2018, when it first came out, 2017, 2018, it exploded. It went crazy. And then ever since then, it consolidated. Exactly, bro. You're using even the right words and everything. So this is consolidation right here. This is the perfect time to be buying ADA. Was right here.
No, because you just did it. You just showed me how to fully do it. I know a few things, but that's crazy.
That's
I've
exactly
been trying to come talk to you. You don't understand.
No, listen, I'm gonna take off like another like 4 days tomorrow. Like starting, I might have to go into work tomorrow, but I'm gonna try to take Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday off. Yeah, bro. Cause like I want to get in on this land sale, and I want you guys to like be up on everything. So, but yeah, you see how that's support, and then it violated that support, right? It bounced up, but it went through it. So a lot of this stuff is retrospective. It's when you're in the middle of this, it's hard to know if it's gonna go down more, right? But if you look, right, like look at this. You see this wick? You see how that wick that is going down? They call that like a hammer.
A hammer, okay.
So there's a lot of buying pressure. That means a lot of fucking people in that day, a lot of people bought it up and were like, no, we're not letting it go lower. And then what happened the next day?
Even though it was a red candle.
Even though it was a red candle.
It was a red day, but people said no.
Said no, we're not going any further. So because look how far it already went down. So you had a
big boys though, right?
Yeah, this doesn't have to be big boys. It could be like just a lot of other people, right?
Retail investors.
Yeah. But whoever it is, it went as low as 1600 satoshis, and then it went all the way up to 1800 satoshis and closed around like 19. So it went up, pretty much up like 25% in a day. And then after that, it went way up like the next day, right? You can see that.
Yeah.
So when you're an investor and you see something like that happen after a long trend down, maybe there was a fake out, right? And maybe it went down further. But if you bought here and you bought here, you still made money in like by the end of the year. Because even though you might have bought here and been like, oh, well, this is clearly going to be, the one. Really what you should do is you wait for a candle and you wait for another couple of green days.
Before you buy?
Before you say, oh, this is like a confirmed bottom. Like you want to see a double bottom. So right, lower lows means like, oh, it's still going to go further. But when you see this, it bottomed and then it goes up, you can be like, all right, I'm gonna wait for it to come down again, but then you buy on that second dip because there's a higher low now, right? This is the low, this is the bottom,
and that's where they draw their lines, right?
Yeah, so that's where they would have drawn the line and been like, oh, this is the new support. They wouldn't have done it at the bottom of the wick. They would have done it here, right? So if I draw support here, let me delete this one. But if I draw support here, look where it bounced right after, a couple of days later. Right from the bottom of that. It's like clockwork, dog.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So me as like an engineer, like I understand what's happening here, but once you explain it to someone else, they kind of get it, and like it's not like everybody's looking at the same indicators.
Yeah.
So, but check this, right? You see where it's bouncing down? That's because it's still under the 20-day moving average, right? So that's how you can know that, hey, it's not gonna just smash past all of these resistance lines now, because if the price is below a line, it's resistance, right? If a price is above a line, it's support. So you can expect that, hey, even though it went up 50%, whatever, it's gonna hit this 20-day moving average and come down. If it goes past it, then we look at the next target and you can be like, well, it might still, before it even hits the next target, it might come down and retest the support. So I'm giving you like kind of like the quick version. Like I'm not saying all of the details and stuff because there's other. But this is. Yeah, but we'll come back to this another time. But this is definitely something that's worth
you did
understanding.
A few major things for me today, though. Trust me.
No, absolutely, man. Anytime. So you see, like it goes past it, and then it tries to come up, and then it couldn't. Like remember, this is a huge historical line. This is really a big line. This is like this line here is a big deal. So what I think is going to happen for the future, for coming up now, because we've tested this previously.
Oh, so if it breaks that major support line,
we're going to the moon.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So this is like really the perfect time to be kind of getting in, because here's what could happen. It could go down, but the thing is, because of the way the trend is going, it's probably just going to push past it and then retest the line, right? So
do you only read charts, or do you pay attention to the news and stuff?
I don't really pay attention to the news too much beyond hey, the news is cool. Like, I don't really care about price action, because all I know is that all of this stuff is going up. Like, the news already confirmed that. Like, there's no news that's saying otherwise. So I'm only looking at news because I want to know what's happening. Like, it's just cool stuff, right? But in terms of price action, like recently, when ADA went over $1, like this candle here, Gene Simmons, you know Gene Simmons from Kiss?
Yeah, from Kiss.
He just said, yeah, exactly. So that's what happened the next day.
No way.
Yeah, bro.
Holy crap.
So this happened the next day, and then hold on. That's
a huge candlestick.
Wait, actually, it was this day, because that was it was a couple of days ago. It wasn't like a whole week ago. So that was this candlestick. I don't know what brought it here, but that was this candlestick.
So remember, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
Would you like, for advice, basically, would you suggest that you go hard in ADA or diversify in a couple forms?
Oh, absolutely diversify. Very important to diversify. Because here's the thing.
But through how many coins too? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So okay. So if you want to be like kind of passive, right, and not really like think about it too much.
I'm going to the moon and everybody. I'm trying to be at the party.
So you should hold like maybe like 10 to 20 projects. They're gonna have a project that I really like on it called Ampleforth.
Ampleforth. What do they do? You know, there's so many different projects.
Bro, there's so many. There's so many.
Yeah.
So, but that's a good thing, though. That's a good thing. So
I know.
So Ampleforth.
All you have to do is do the research, and then you're one step ahead of the game.
Ampleforth is a way to kind of diversify your portfolio. So it moves different than the rest of the market, kind of. This project is like, I don't even know how to start. Like, it's like,
what, does it move opposite to the market, like a VIX or something?
Yeah, almost, man. It's like a volatility index almost. I like to think of it like that. Because what it does, when you see the price of it is actually relatively stable. People like to dog it and say that it's not stable, but when I look at this, I see a stable price.
How long is this chart?
This is a good. Yo, these are great questions. So June 19th was when it first came out. All right, June 19th, and it's the highest price it's ever been was $3.40, like $3.80. All right, that was the highest it's ever been. But relatively, looking at the average, it's really mostly been around $1. All right. Yeah. Now, the whole point of this project is that you have price stability. So 1 unit of Ample is supposed to be always around $1. Right? Now, what's really cool about it though is that when it is above $1, everybody.
Let's hear this.
So check this. When it's above $1, everybody who holds Ampleforth in their wallet get extra supply. So the supply expands.
Do you know by how much? Like, how much do they reward you?
Yes. Yeah. So it's all a factor of how high above the price of $1 is. So check this out. I'll just tell you the numbers, right? So when the day that Ampleforth was $3.83, sorry, $3.83, the supply expanded by about 28%.
Expanded, so that means it got bigger for everybody owning.
Yeah, man. So
that means you got 28%. Like
everybody who held it got extra 28%.
And that's another thing I want to. I don't really know about like how to determine percentages.
Yeah, so let's say you had 100. Let's say you had 1,000 ample in your wallet.
Yeah, get to 1,000 bucks.
If you had 1,000, you pretty much made 280 ample that day.
Oh my god, that are all going up in value as well. That day.
That day.
Oh
you got an
God.
extra 280 ample.
Any highs? Oh man.
Right. So that's what happened that day, right? So this is the price.
There's gonna be a bunch more of those because this is just the beginning.
But stick with me, right? So what happened right after though is the price went down because a lot of people sold, right?
Right on.
So a ton of people sold. I became aware of Ample this day, pretty much the day that it went up to $4. That's when I learned about it. And then,
so did you buy on that day?
No. This is what you. this is exactly what you don't do. You don't buy when it's going up like that, right? But I heard people talking about it, and they're like, "Oh, all I know is that I have 4 times the money, and I just bought it, and it was like, oh, what?" When it dropped, that's when I bought. So when the price went down, I bought around $1.60.
Right on.
And then wait, hold on. Actually, I'm probably telling the story wrong. June, July. Yeah, that's when I bought. Yeah, July 15th is when I bought. So that crazy dip, I bought this. And then it went up to $2. It went back up to $3. So the way that you really tell how you're profiting, because when the price goes down, that doesn't tell the whole story because you actually have a lot more supply in your wallet before
you had before. Because once you went above the line, you gotta hold a way bigger position now, right?
Exactly. So this is actually what was happening. So if we go back July 15th, when I first bought, dog, this is where the market cap was. It was at 100 million.
100 million. So that's good, right?
Yeah. So it was a low market cap, and then it went from 100 million to 700 million in 12 days. In 12 days, it's 7x. It's 7x in 12 days.
What the fuck?
So the whole time I was buying all the way up. So the where I fucked up is I didn't put all my money in when it first dipped here. Right? What I did was I was buying all the way up. So so I even bought here.
Oh my god.
Bro, I even bought the top. So and I was probably putting in the most amount around this time. So it really came down and I was like, fuck, I lost all my money. But I was just like, you know what? I'm holding it. And they have this program where they're like, if you pool your tokens together, the reason why it got this big is because they were giving away free tokens.
Right. Okay.
So you had to buy their token in order to
gain the free tokens.
Get the free tokens, right? And a lot of people were buying it, but then they also got addicted to getting more supply every day. But then eventually it just couldn't grow anymore and it had to come down. But now look what's happening, right? It's getting back to that point. So what I think is going to happen is that it's going to get to this point and it'll probably just keep trending up, or it'll consolidate around 600 for a little bit, like it did here. It kind of overshoots and then it will consolidate around 600 probably. I think it'll do like this again. But we'll see, it's where it already.
But those are just your thoughts, right?
Yeah, this is
according to
this is
chart?
So no. This is just the trend, right? Look, if we go to TradingView, right? This is just the trend. TradingView's not going to show the market cap. Fuck. Yeah, it's not going to show the market cap the way I want to see it. But if I could draw a trend line, right? Oh shit. If I could draw a trend line, you would see that it's following these bottoms. You see how these bottoms are going higher?
Yeah.
Like one here.
Yeah, I can visualize that trend line.
Yeah, so it's stepping up. So it's probably gonna keep consolidating until it reaches that trend line again. So whatever that line is gonna be, let me just do a little thing here.
To what? To the previous high, the highest dip, right? The highest top right here on the left, right? Yeah. Oh,
you see what I'm saying?
Another gem. Because I get really confused when I get to the end of the graph. I'm like, how am I supposed to make that estimate, that guess, that whatever?
It's the trends.
I stopped my trend line way too early.
Yeah, you got to keep drawing the trend line. Right? Yeah. So the trend lines are supposed to be solid. Like, unless it violates that trend line, then you're going to see some real action going down. But for now, all you can expect is that either it's going to keep going up or it's going to consolidate or go down to touch the trend line.
If it touches the trend line, that's when most day traders.
This is the best time. This is right now. So so when it gets to the trend line, it's the best time to buy a little bit and see what happens. And if it bounces up, then you buy a bunch because it can go a lot up. Like like you should be there that day trading. Like that day that it's like touching your trend line, you should be like paying attention and knowing what's happening, right? But sometimes it's not even going to touch it. It's just going to keep trending up, or it might get close to it or something, you know? So
you just gave me so much freaking understanding right now, bro. You're blowing my mind.
So the crazy thing is,
teach me this type of stuff.
Nah,
right?
Yeah, it's all on YouTube, but it's like you gotta find this stuff, right? You gotta like curate all the information. It's not easy to just pick it up.